Noreen's description of the crime scene appeared to me like she was reading right from the case file. It was so accurate, especially when she had described Dora being on a telephone. Noreen also advised that the killer had done some work or was going to do some work in the Cohen's house. That tells you that the killer knows the Cohens know the killer.
Then they would ask me, can you see any names? And I would look, and I would just get initials. I remember seeing the letters, I saw 2 letters during our session, and one was R and one was S.
Did she call the news media here in this area? Did she get any news articles? No, I didn't. I found no phone numbers connected to this area at all.
Convinced that Noreen Renier is legitimate, Detective Krolak assembles a team to compare the details of Noreen's psychic reading with the existing evidence. Together with detectives Andy Zostant and Ray Millam, Krolak takes another look at the suspect list to see if anyone fits the psychic's profile. A man who knew the Cohens and had worked for them before, someone with the initials RS. They hit pay dirt. A carpenter named Robert Skinner. He was supposed to tile the floors on the Cohen's house, and he is no stranger to local police. Skinner fits the psychic's profile perfectly, right down to his initials.
We decided to come to Florida to see Noreen because we had developed a lot of information. Over a period of time, we developed a lot of suspects, and it was our hopes that Noreen could put some of these pieces together.
Noreen, I brought down some photographs for you to look at and see if you get any sense or any feeling about any of these people in these photographs. And I'll put them out on the table.
No, I don't want to see them. Put them face down,
okay.
Please.
Okay.
Krolak is astounded as Noreen, using only her psychic powers, finally reveals the face underneath. It is Robert Skinner, the man who has been a suspect all along.
This one, I feel, was the shooter. I think he was the one that killed Jake and Dora.
Her second pick is Keith Snare, Skinner's associate.
This man, I believe, was there at the scene of the crime.
I was definitely surprised. The odds of doing that, unbelievable.
But Noreen is not finished. There is a third face, another conspirator. It is Jimmy Mariani, the troubled grandson of the murdered couple. He'd been questioned in the first days of the investigation, but had a watertight alibi.
Well, you know, these 3 all have pretty good alibis. Is there anything else you can tell me to help me out there?
You've got to go back and check the alibis of these 2 men.
In court,
that he had brought a date to this particular establishment to listen to the band and stayed with her the entire time. And it was later determined that this person wasn't with him at all that night.
with holes punched in their alibis, Skinner, Snare, and Mariani are arrested.